It's been nearly 30 days since President Trump's takeover of the D.C. Police Department and the deployment of National Guard troops to the nation's capital. So let's go live to Scripps News Group Washington correspondent Stephanie Liebergen. And Stephanie, what has happened over the last 4 weeks and what can we expect in the coming days?
Hey, Tony, good morning. Well, over the last 4 weeks, the White House during the week on a daily basis has been pumping out numbers highlighting the number of arrests that they're making, arresting gang members, arresting people with active warrants. And a good number of the arrests every day, as the White House announces them, are people who are in the country illegally, and those immigration arrests have been a big portion of what we've seen over the last month. The last numbers we had were about a little less than 2,000 as of Friday afternoon, but I expect we are well over 2,000 after the weekend. Usually arrests kind of kick up then. As for what's next, so the 30-day limit, that expires on Wednesday. In order for that to be extended, that would require an act of Congress, and there certainly doesn't seem to be an appetite here on Capitol Hill to do anything about that, especially to do anything within the next 48 hours, which is the time frame that Congress would need to move in. So what happens next is the president and the administration would take a step back from their control over the D.C. Police Department. But the D.C. Mayor, Muriel Bowser, has said she plans to continue close coordination with federal law enforcement officials and with the National Guard, as they're expected to continue to be on the ground throughout the nation's capital. The president still controls the federal law enforcement, your FBI, ATF, DEA, your ICE agents, all under the president's control, and they can still be surged on the streets of the nation's capital. The D.C. National Guard, under control of the president, that's the norm. That's how it always works, and they are expected to continue to be on the streets of D.C. for the next few months, with their orders extended through December. So while a little bit is going to change on Wednesday, it's not going to be a massive change if all of a sudden all of the law enforcement comes off the streets of D.C. They're likely going to remain. The coordination with D.C. officials and the D.C. Police Department is going to remain, and we'll have to see kind of how long that sticks around. But what the president can do here in Washington, D.C. is not the same thing that he can do in any other city or state across the country. The control here is just a little bit different. So the president's threatening to go to Chicago next, but it's unclear what exactly that would look like if the president were to decide to take that step.